It was a decisive moment for a young couple living in London. Holding a pregnancy test tool in her hand, Maya is nervous to check her state, but more nervous is her husband. Was he going to be a father or not? There she was, pregnant. At least the nervousness wasn't for nothing. Happy Jamie ran off to get some champagne for some celebration, but was confronted by some street boys. They wanted to talk, but Jamie wasn't complying. He had more to think about, and told them to go fuck themselves. This didn't sound well in their ears as they broke into his house and beat him up, dragging Maya out of the toilet and giving her a share of the beating. After the death of Jamie's Aunt Maeve, Jamie and Maya travelled all the way down to the big house she had left them in the countryside. They were welcomed by one of Maeve's friends, Neve. The house had some cons though. There was a big leak in the roof, it was a countryside with lots of freaks, and the greatest, Maya had to offer some sort of blood offering every evening to some leprechauns. Neve called them the redcaps. Neve explained how Jamie's Aunt Maeve believed in the old ways and accepted the death of her daughter and husband as a punishment for deviating from it. As freaky as the neighbors seemed, they were nice. Imagine getting a one-time free shopping and booze time because your aunt was well known in the neighborhood. Jamie and Maya can't say they weren't warned. The Whelans were the only available ones to fix the roof. Although they could do a good job, they weren't professional about it and had one more problem. Don't leave your missus alone with the lads, Rory warned. If anyone needed any more warning, it was poor drunk Rory, who strayed into the woods in search of his dog, who ran off, only to cross paths with a little deadly creature. That was the last time anyone heard from Rory. The search party had tried their best, but Rory was gone. Not even a trace of him nor his dog. The tales about the Whelans was an understatement. They were much worse in person. From the way the dad coerced Maya into calling him daddy to the strange stare the daughter gave Jamie. Something was definitely wrong with these lots. They used the house like they owned it, and even more. Over at Maeve's grave to show some respect, the father informed Jamie that the child's body was never found. This didn't concur with what Neve had told them. There was a new version to the story. Jamie's Aunt Maeve had made a bargain with the redcaps to save her dying husband. One which didn't fall in line. Her husband died and the redcaps took her baby. She then devoted her life to giving the strange offerings to keep them redcaps on the other side of the wall. One evening, Maya went out to offer her usual offering. She heard a strange noise and turned back to see what it was. Not finding anything, she returned to the plate and found out everything was gone so soon. Scary. Just the next day, while working on the fields, Maya heard something coming right from the woods. It was Rory's dog Molly. Molly had survived and was barking. Tracing the sound to where the dog was, it led her right to a strangely small house. She was tempted to go in but didn't. On her way back she found Owen, the clumsy Whelan lad who had hit Maya's window with one of the construction poles and got the beating of his life from his dad. Owen narrated how much his dad hated him and showed her his bruises. Things got creepy and Owen tried to force himself on Maya. Back to home, Maya explained to Jamie what had happened. According to Maya, Owen had tried to kill her but she screamed so hard. Then came the redcaps to get rescue. Dragging Owen far into the woods, she didn't know what had become of him. But Jamie didn't believe her even after she showed him what had happened in the woods. He thought she was being delusional. Going to the pub to clear his head, the rest two Whelan kids strolled in, trying to contact their brother Owen on the phone. Sighting Jamie, they walked up to him, asking of their brother's whereabouts. Jamie explained his ignorance on the subject, but somehow Aisling knew he lied. She had a weird way of telling when someone is lying. She figured out Jamie wasn't completely innocent. He knew something. Certainly, Jamie knew something, not as much as there was to know anyways. Still having disturbing remembrances of what Owen did to her, Maya received a strange visitor with an unusual gift. Owen's head. Observing she was carrying a child, the little creature danced out in amazement as Maya tried getting some pictures of it as proof for unbelieving Jamie. Still trying to explain to Jamie, they received another set of visitors. These ones were much bigger and fierce. It was the Whelans. They had come for what's in the bag. Maya had just one instruction from Jamie: dispose the head while I dismiss them. They both failed at their jobs. Jamie was deceived by Daddy, who pretended they were leaving when he threatened to call the cops but didn't leave, while Maya kept running from pillar to post till she suddenly bumped into Aisling, dropping the bag. The rage in Aisling's eyes when she saw her brother's head in a sack was nothing compared to the grave look on her father's face when she gave him the sack. There was no going back now. Someone was going to die. The Whelan broke into the house, Mr. Whelan lighting it up with his smoke as Aisling did the destroying. Meanwhile, Maya had gone to her little friends to ask for some help. Trying to secure himself however he could, Jamie didn't see Killian jump in from the roof with a knife, stabbing him from behind. The two got into a fight with Jamie stabbing Killian back on his stomach but instantly regretting his action and begging for mercy. All Mr. Whelan wanted was the full body of his son to bury in peace, at least that's what he said. Jamie didn't know where it was, but Maya did. Jamie was tortured with the knife wound and was about to be killed by Killian. Guess the name matches so well. Then there was a freaky sound from the roof. A little creature with a knife jumped down on Killian, stabbing him continuously. The redcaps had come to the rescue, saving heavy Maya from Aisling gripping hands and Jamie from sudden execution. But not for long, as there was a gun in Mr. Whelan's car. Still loading his bullets when Killian staggered his way past Mr. Whelan right into the car, locked the door and wanted to escape for his dear life. But had his throat slit open by one of the redcaps. With Aisling, Owen and Killian dead, Mr. Whelan had nothing to lose anymore. Jamie thought of settling things like men, but Colin Whelan wasn't in for jokes. He shot Jamie on the chest. Attempting to kill Maya's unborn child while letting her live, Colin Whelan was attached by Molly, Rory's dog. He dropped the gun but was too late in getting it back. Maya had reached out and grabbed it. Goodbye Mr. Colin Whelan, kaboom. The pregnancy was due and Maya had the baby that night, but lost it to the redcaps who wanted history to repeat itself. Too sad they messed with the wrong person. Maya traced her baby to the redcaps' cave where she found a very old woman. The queen mother of the redcaps. Maya later realized that was Aunt Maeve's daughter who had been seized by the redcaps and now her daughter was to be a replacement. Furious, Maya killed the old lady, saving her daughter, and was also crowned the queen mother of the redcaps. Like, share and subscribe. Flicks in 4, bye.